This is Rose, everyone, season 2 of RoseNthorn Talk. My name is Aaron Marshall Clark, and my special guest on the first episode of season 2 is the hip hop MC. It goes by the name of Epic. Oh, man.
Yes,
So,
sir.
how's your day so far?
Oh, nice to be on. What's that? What? Oh my god.
Yeah, how's your day so
Dogs.
far?
What happened?
Just waiting for Epic to come back in. There he is.
No, but it's all good.
All right. So, we're going to start right off the bat with your name. That's one question I wanted to ask you about. Like, where'd you come up with the name and what's the story behind it?
Epic, honestly, it's just I didn't even come up with it. It was just something I did, and
Okay.
basically,
I didn't quite catch all that. It was a name that what? Sorry, because you kind of cut out.
basically, it was just like something I did, and then homie just started calling me that, and then that was that. I've just done more epic shit ever since.
Nice. Well, what inspired you to pursue hip hop as a career? Because we talked before last week, and you were mentioning that you jumped into hip hop about 2, 3 years ago. Now, what inspired you to
Yeah.
pursue it as a career at that point?
Going on tour with the Outlaws for that release of that All Eyes on Us movie.
Okay. For those who don't know, tell them, the audience, that being the audience, who the Outlaws are and who they were affiliated with in the music industry.
Passed away. And like not all the original members, other ones who have passed away as well, like Fatal and
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just waiting on your connection. That's the only thing. It's
Deuce
pausing.
Deuce. They just dropped an album,
Yeah.
and or Watch the Signs.
Okay.
So I've been posting that up. Oh wow.
And who dropped that album, did you say?
Yeah. Young Noble and Deuce Deuce. So like the
Okay.
one of the original Outlaw members and one of the newer old Outlaws, I guess you could say.
And did
He's
you go
still a
on tour
vet,
with
you
them?
know.
Or did you come across them?
What's that?
How did you come across the Outlaws, this group? Like, did you go on tour with them or you perform with them?
Yeah. I went on tour with them for the movie, the release of that movie, All Eyes on Us.
Okay. So where did you guys go?
We went all across Canada, from Calgary, Edmonton, Winnipeg. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And it was for promo for the movie, right? So that was a movie about
Yeah.
Tupac?
Yeah.
Nice.
All Eyes on Us.
Did you have a
It's on
chance to record?
Netflix, I believe.
Yeah, I do to
What's
believe
that?
I came across it on Netflix. Are you planning on recording with them at any time? Is that like, how's that relationship going, like as regards to performing with them again or recording?
Well, currently we have a song in the working, me and Deuce Deuce,
Okay.
Rated in Blood. It's just basically me. I just gotta get in gear and hop in the studio and finish it and perfect it.
Well, yeah,
But his
and
part's
also
already laid that.
taking in
His
consideration
part's
what's all
already.
going on too, it's kind of hard to get in a studio yet, right?
Yeah,
So,
it's different. It's different. Like it's completely different.
so do you remember the first time you performed ever on stage? MC.
Yeah, I do. I do. I do.
Tell us about that.
It was at. It was at the the Garrick Center or.
It was here
I
in
don't
Winnipeg.
know. Yeah, it was in Winnipeg.
Okay.
It was litty. It was like me and my homies. We had like this little, I don't know, music band thing on, and heavy in the music. So we did a little show, and it was turn.
I didn't catch the last part you cut out.
Saying it was turned. It was really lit. So like we performed, and it was really amazing.
Okay, so what did you learn from that performance then?
Did not want to be a rapper. I wanted to be
Okay.
an actual MC and like perform the art of like not making music but perform and
You cut out of there again. You cut out again, Epic. You try a different room? Yeah. So just wait on Epic to try different rooms so you can get a better connection here, and we'll pick up where we left off. So how's that? Can you hear me?
if that makes sense.
Can you hear me though?
Yeah.
Okay, you can hear me though, Epic, right? I'm having issues hearing you.
What part did you not hear?
I just want to make sure we have a good connection because I can hear you clearly now, so it's good. I heard the end of the conversation in regards to writing with Outlaws and the song coming out, and then it just kind
Yeah, I
of
can hear
couldn't hear the rest.
you. I can hear you fine. Yeah.
Okay,
Can you hear me though?
there we go. I think that's better. So I'm gonna ask another question here in regards to when you are writing. Being authentic in music is, of course, a must. It takes
Ooh.
time, right? So it takes a lot of time to write. What
Oh, I
separates
can hear you though. I can hear
you
you.
and
I
okay?
hear you.
What separates you from the rest of the pack when it comes to how you write your songs?
Coming up. And yeah,
You can hear me, yeah? Ah,
able to speak multiple languages
okay. What?
and being very melodic with my. So being able to speak multiple languages.
Mhm.
Can you hear it? You hear
I
that?
can, yeah, I can hear you.
You hear me? And like being very melodic with and like being able to being able to like manipulate
Right.
to do
And how
what I want it to do,
you'd
I
mentioned
guess,
patois is huge for your music.
more or
So tell us
less.
about that. How you're using patois in your music. Did you hear that?
Huh?
About using patois in your music.
No, I didn't. What was I didn't catch that question. Honestly, the patois helps because like I have a lot of friends who are
Mhm.
extremely doing numbers in Jamaica right now, as in terms of them and their artists being artists and their little labels that they got going on. So it helps
Find
because I could
it,
kind of bring. Hmm?
oh, I was just going to say, do you find it marketing yourself easier out there than you would here in Canada, the U.S.?
Uh, I wouldn't say easier because there's a
Okay.
lot more artists per se.
Right. Okay.
Whereas, like, I don't know. But I feel like I'm in my own lane when it comes to this music because I don't really just stick to any fundamental lane like, oh, I'm a dead ass rapper or I'm dead that, I'm dead this, you know?
Okay.
It's more it's more whatever the beat's saying, I kind of just work with the beat, basically.
Now, do you work primarily with hip hop uh, generated instrumentals, or
Mm,
do you MC over other genres of music?
yeah, all different genres. It's just I've wrote rock and roll songs, literal like
Yeah.
heavy metal songs. So like,
What's
it doesn't
what's the
really
challenge
matter. Like,
with writing
what's
to hip
that?
hop? What's the challenge to writing to metal or rock as
What's
opposed to
different
writing?
about writing the hip hop? What's a challenge?
Yeah, what's the challenge with writing to heavy metal music or rock music as opposed to writing to hip hop?
Uh,
Topic matter,
the
whatever.
tempo, like
Tempo.
the tempo and the timing of the words.
Okay.
Like you could like double time
Hmm.
on a rap beat, but you're not
Right.
gonna double time on a rock and roll song. Like it would sound quite
Right.
ridiculous. Or double timing on a like it just
Is the
because
songwriting
every beat has its own structure, right? So
right? Is the songwriting any different though? Is the next question. Like, do you write topic-wise any different
what's
than you
that?
would to say hip hop, than you would to rock or metal, or does it a completely different topic matter than you would to hip hop?
I feel that's more like that would be like it would be the beat, like the rhythm, like whatever like it's what the rhythm would be talking about. So like if there's a
Okay.
rock song and it's
Yeah.
like let's have a good time or something like that, like I could still write a rap song about let's have a good time, you know? But like
Yeah.
if it's more like a breakup, like heartbreak type thing, or like I don't know,
Mhm.
like more of a country
Sure.
type song, then I'd
Okay.
be more like I wouldn't be able to happy on a hip hop song. You know what I mean? That makes
Okay.
sense.
I got the gist of what you're saying there. You cut out just a little bit, but I got you back now. So I was going to say, kind of to what I was saying about how it's music is marketed in internationally, right? Like let's use Jamaica as an example. Now I remember telling
Yeah.
you last week about when I was in college and I was emceeing. I was going to university and selling tapes and CDs out of the trunk of my car, and how that's changed now, where
Yeah.
everything is online.
Yeah.
So do you find promoting yourself online, obviously it's beneficial, but what are some of the good side, what are a couple good things and not so good things about self-promotion online where, you know, especially in a time we're going through right now with a pandemic where online is where everybody's going to listen to music and some places you can go now, right? But at the same time, the point being is though, how is navigating yourself, navigating promoting yourself online challenging, and what's the successes you've had?
I feel like it's a lot easier now because everybody's on their phones.
Okay.
But at the same time, if you're not so like hashtags and you don't understand trending and like all
Right.
that different stuff and like algorithms, then it's not gonna make sense to you, and it's just gonna be like a complete blur.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're not gonna be able to capitalize on it. But if you understand the way social media works, then
Right.
right now is like your best time to be doing anything.
Well said. Absolutely. Now, if you had, here's a scenario, an assignment that was due tomorrow
Yeah.
or a breath of fresh air, what does it feel like to write a song? Does it feel like an assignment in class to do when you write a song? Or does it feel like every time you write, it's something like, wow, like I can take this and show the world, is what I'm really asking, and just in that context.
Yeah, I feel like it's more, it's definitely, it's like a release. Like, it's like it's just been waiting to like get out, you know? So it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's more, it's very relaxing.
Now, performing and songwriting, which is more of a challenge for you, performing or songwriting, and which one can you improve on?
I could honestly improve on all of the above because like
Okay.
I'm always learning new stuff. Like with all the artists that I'm around now, they
Mhm.
literally they're so smart, and who's not smart, they know something that I don't know, and it's just like it's constant knowledge, constant learning.
Nice. How is it?
Performing,
How is
like
it different?
performing.
Yeah.
Hmm?
How is it
Like
different
so,
before those you traveled with before? How are they different than the people that are dropping knowledge now?
Uh, well, cause like before, I would say I wasn't really hanging around artists, you know.
Okay.
I was hanging more around with my friends and just people. And now
Right.
it's more artists, people who are more business owners, like
Right.
more people who are like definitely going in the same direction I'm going.
And that's obviously helped. They've helped guide you in that sense, kind of showing you
Yeah,
the road.
100. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
So what genre, because you mentioned rock and metal, what other genres would you want to experiment with and why?
Uh, some more of that reggae tone, that whole Latin vibe, just for like the Caribbean culture
Right.
aspect of it.
Right.
Um, because basically what I'm trying to do, man, is like basically be like that bridge between the cultures, you know, like
Tell us how.
because the average person can't understand what a Jamaican's saying, but yet they love the rhythms, they love the beats. So I want to be that person to break it down for them and just like educate them, like you
And
know.
how are you going to do that though? Or how have you been doing that, I should say?
Well, like I'll use different Jamaican phrases, and people will be like, "Oh, what does that mean?" Like DWL. Like a lot of people doesn't know it. Like they have no idea what that is. So that's
Hmm.
dying with laughter. Or in
Right.
Jamaica, we would have said dead with laugh. You know. So, but yeah.
So the circles you obviously hang around with music-wise are helping on that as well. Like, are there other MCs? Like, are you in group projects as well, or is it just strictly solo stuff for now?
Uh, like
Collaborations, like, are
there's
as well.
yeah, there's gonna be a lot of collaborations coming out because what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to like make music with the hottest artists in our city,
Nice.
and then we push each other and like boost each other up off of that. Cause like if you look back in history, NWA, all these major groups, Backstreet Boys, whatever it be, they started out as a group,
Absolutely.
and like if that's the way we got to do it, then that's the way it's got to be done.
Well,
There's like
absolutely.
formulas for everything, and you know what I mean. Can't go
And
against the grain.
exactly, and it brings more ears and eyes to the table to say, okay, let's go in this direction for this song, and so on and so forth.
Yes,
As a solo
yeah,
artist, you can make that decision, and then the situations that can occur by doing that. Because I know personally, when I was a solo artist, when I was MCing, it
yeah,
was tricky with song selection and choosing songs, especially with a solo artist. And you take a
uh,
lot of and you get groomed in a certain way, but there's a lot of your own worst critic comes with being a solo artist, whereas there's in a band or in a group, you have more angles for it, is what I've learned, and that's what I've learned delving into singing rock and pop music as well. And the groups that I'm in for that is there's more of a consensus when there's more people involved, and it just becomes
yes,
more rounded. That's my experiences, and I had the same thing. I had mentors that came and told me, or were around, or still around, past, present, future, the same kind of advice you were given. So, what keeps you motivated for music, for anything, for life? What keeps you motivated?
honestly, my Instagram. I'm not even gonna lie. I go down my feed, I see what my friends are doing. Like they just motivate me so much. You're one of them as well. Like don't
Thank
even
you.
get it twisted. Like everybody just like I literally only follow people that motivate me. If you have
Thank you.
something on your feed that I don't like, I'm not gonna talk shit about it. I'll just unfollow you. You know,
Yeah,
that's just how it works.
I appreciate that, bro. What
Yeah, man.
change did you bring to hip hop? Or what change are you bringing to hip hop? You mentioned it,
I,
but what else, lyric wise? Like I'm gonna really um, put this into perspective and make it really black and white. The difference between a rapper and an MC, and you can tell
yeah.
us the difference.
Well, for me, my definition of a rapper, I could be wrong, but this is just my personal view
Yes.
on it. A rapper is somebody who could like literally stand there and kill you with lyrics, like just rap bars, bars on top of bars, from now till tomorrow. No matter the beat, they'll just keep rapping.
Yeah.
But you can put them in front of a crowd, and they cannot perform and entertain the crowd.
Mhm.
So for me, an MC is somebody who can not only entertain you with the mic, but also entertain you with his presence. You know? could really rock the crowd.
Yeah.
So
Who's one of your favorite MCs?
my most favorite MC of
Or not,
all time,
could be the
or
yeah.
uh,
Doesn't have to be anyone in specific, no specific order, but who comes to mind from what you just explained to the audience in very clear and concise? Thank you for that. That's why I asked you a question about the difference between a rapper and an MC. But who is one of your favorite MCs? Whomever comes to mind, who really you can just like listen to and be like, yeah, every time.
Michael Jackson, man. I can't even hate on the guy, man. That guy can rock a crowd. That is the first man I ever seen not even say nothing and women are fainting. Like that's that's craziness, man. That guy is the ultimate MC to me. That guy is that guy.
Yeah. I was just gonna add to that. In 1993, performed at the Super Bowl, and it was, I do believe, it was the one and only time it was held in like Pasadena, California, which is like the Rose Bowl, where they hold, well, the Rose Bowl, right? College football. They had the halftime show or the game in '93 was, and I at the time was probably in grade 7, I want to say, and Michael Jackson was the halftime performance. And I kid you not, what you said gave me deja vu to tell this story because he stood frozen like a statue on stage while everybody was either passing out, crying, dancing, screaming.
Yeah,
Thousand people, man. It was like, like as a kid, I'm looking at, like, is that really him? Like, is that like a statue? Because he was just so, like you said, the ultimate performer, and that just triggered that memory of that, man. And I totally get why you say that. He doesn't rap, no, but if he did in his time, he would have done amazing. Oh. Yeah. Right?
Nobody could eat that guy's food. Like just his that was crazy.
Yeah.
Even Prince.
Now, you have a child, right?
All those guys, like those guys were real performers, man.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. With Prince as well, huge inspiration for me, and just as a performer, he's a showman. I was saying because you have a child, you have a young daughter. How has that influenced your writing at all, or has it changed your writing at all? What you write
about? 4 daughters, so
yeah,
I was hungry because I want them a great life, right? So
absolutely.
And everybody knows if this music thing does pan out, like your life's gonna be amazing. So,
good, man. I appreciate that.
More.
And that's true, though. Family is everything. That's 100% true. So, how does staying grounded in the hip hop game look like to you? Because as we were just talking earlier, to allude to social media, right? There can be a lot of people that are negative, and you just ignore them. I get that, but what needs to change with hip hop to be more recognized as rock, as rap, as metal, as country? What do you think has to change? Not yourself per se. You've already told the changes you're making. More so, what do you think needs to change in the industry?
Well, you can't really change the history, but like I feel like it's just a lot of lack of education. Like people aren't being educated on the shit.
Tell us more. What do you mean?
All right, like on average, if you ask somebody who Tupac is or Biggie Smalls,
right?
Yeah, they might know who they are, but if you try to ask them about a backstory, like who's the Outlaws or like who's Mace or something like that, you know what I mean? They don't know anything beyond what they've already been educated with. You know what I mean?
Do you think that's because social media I'm just wondering, you think that might be because social media works at such a high frequency that people don't want to make the effort to learn about? Or do you just figure it's something of the past and it's about that immediate hit song?
No, the people, I feel like you have to want to learn it. Like,
right.
Like, because all the information is already out there. Like, it's not like all this stuff is not there.
Yeah.
Like, you could literally, you know what I mean? But it's just like, people just need to be more aware. Like, people need to, like, want to learn. Like people need to get hungry. That's
Yeah.
basically what it is. Like nobody wants to like that knowledge. I don't know. Like I don't know, man. I
Well,
don't know
that's
how to
just it. I was
explain
gonna
it.
say, that was perfect what I was going to ask next. Like, do you meet on a conscious hip hop tip? Because there's a lot of party rap out there, and I get that. But what do you feel like for
Yeah.
conscious hip hop? Like, say I would say most deaf. Quite a bit older than you. So in my generation, most deaf would have been or is your generation, J. Cole. You know what I mean? Does there need to be more J. Coles out there, or do you think the message is just being looked over? What are your thoughts?
Uh, it wouldn't hurt if there were more, J. Cole's or Mobb Deeps. Like
Right.
that would not hurt. But it's not really that. It's just I feel like it's just people just don't want to get the education. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
people aren't hungry for it.
So
Like
so more like they get comfortable with what's out kind of deal.
yeah, yeah, everybody's already comfortable with whatever they know and what they know they're happy with. Like
So
nobody wants to step outside of their comfort zone.
so what makes you different? Why is it your music will be their ear, will that will grab their ear and say, "Hey, this guy's different." What is it about your music in
Because
particular?
my music will definitely touch on some part of your emotions, whether it be positive, negative. It's gonna make you feel some type of way.
Right. Well, what
Like
makes you feel that way though? Is it like what you're writing about or just your energy? Like so that folks know what you
the
mean.
the energy, the vibe, and the difference. Like it's because it's not gonna be like anything you've heard before.
Nice.
Like
We'll run through all your social media and where to find your music in a few minutes. But I hear what you're saying on that, and I like how you kind of keep things under wraps till it's time for it to come out. But that's a great
yeah,
approach where you stay motivated to not just fit in to what's in the industry, right? So with
no,
all that's
I
going
can't.
on, with all that's going on in the world, how does music give you peace of mind? You said it gave you peace of mind. How does it give you peace of mind? What
Depending
does
on the
it make
song,
you that happy?
like it depends on the song and like the topic. So like if I'm looking for a motivational song, and I'm
Hmm.
drawn for like one of those old school rap heads because that's what they rap about. They're rapping about knowledge,
Yeah.
educating people. So it all depends on the vibe. If I'm trying to like have fun, then I'm gonna turn on my Young Dolph or
Yeah.
Juicy J or whichever turn up artist is turning up at the time with some hot shit. So
Right. No, well, that's just it. And there's a huge difference too, right? So it's what keeps you motivated. Now, was there ever a time in your life when you felt another career was what you're going to do instead of music? And if so, what was it?
uh, not really. There's not really. It's just basically working to achieve the goal that I need to achieve.
With music?
Yeah.
Nice. Now, what is some of the best advice you've been given? You don't have to say who it was by, but just in
Yeah.
life and
The best advice would
yeah.
be go where you're celebrated, not where you're just tolerated.
Wow. Wow.
That was yeah.
That's excellent, man.
That one woke me up, yo.
Absolutely. And would wake all of us up. Absolutely. No, that's fantastic. Thanks for sharing that. We're going to finish off with the seven. So 7 questions under a minute is the time limit. Here's
All
number
right.
one. You are on a deserted island with one CD, just one. What would it be?
All eyes on us.
Nice.
Or all eyes on me. Or all eyes on me. My bad. Tupac.
Tupac Shakur, my man. Yes. Favorite sport?
Soccer, football, depends on who's asking.
Nice. Life skill you want to learn next. Could be the culinary arts, could be another language. What do you figure?
Life skill.
Hmm. Good
Uh,
one, eh?
I have no idea.
That's a good question, right? That's all good. Are you 6'2",
Mm,
6'4", or 6'3"?
managing my motor skills.
I can't hear you. The question was,
Oh, it's cutting
are
off.
you 6'2",
Okay,
6'4", or 6'6"? Your height.
I'm 6'1". I'm 6'1" when I play at 2 years in.
Biggest misconception people have about you.
Biggest what?
Misconception people have about you.
Uh, I
Something
don't
about
know, man.
you and it's
These
way
niggas
off.
all got me twisted. Everybody got me twisted. I don't know. They, uh, they tripping. I don't know. I'm not sure. Everything,
Okay,
all the above.
jet skiing or fishing?
Uh, Jet ski.
And will you be back on RoseNthorn Talk in the future?
But of course.
Epic, thank you. You're subtle and precise with your experiences, with your answers, with your knowledge. I realize you're learning as well, but take into effect the audience, including myself as a host, you have a lot of knowledge to give as well. You're humble about it, and that's what counts. As we both, especially in entertainment, where it's so easy for our heads to get blown up, and yours is not. So that's fantastic. Let's plug your social media. Tell them where you can find all your music, Instagram, Facebook. Go for it.
No face. I don't got no Facebook. I
Okay.
got Instagram. Epic _YWG _music life. All my music at the bottom of my little thing with the highlights. All the name of my songs are there. So if you want to check them out, all my songs are on every single platform.
Nice.
I only got 3 songs out right now on all platforms. I got 1 music video out and a bunch on the way.
Excellent. Good man. Any shout outs?
Shout out to like everybody that I rock with. I'd call all y'all names out, but there's so many of you motherfuckers. I ain't trying to leave nobody's name on, make nobody have no hurt feelings. So shout out to all of y'all that be supporting me. One love, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart, yo.
Oh, man. And this episode of RoseNthorn Talks, first of season 2, episode 11, will be replaying on my Instagram post. It's there permanently. Epic will have a copy for himself as well, and it'll be on my YouTube channel by tomorrow. Brother, thank you for being on the show.
Love, bro. All love, man.
Thanks, everyone, for watching. Enjoy the weekend. Thanks, Epic.
Yeah, brother.